This is The Dose of It, starring Priscilla and Taylor.
Please keep in mind, we are not medical professionals. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of The Dose of It. This is the podcast where we're talking about our GLP-1 journeys, we're discussing anything weight loss, and we're talking about our personal experiences.
Yes, and shout out to the OG followers and new followers that are joining our pod journey. We're so freaking excited and happy to have you guys here. Avi, me, and Tay, we come on our pod every time and share our personal life and stories, but to see you guys comment and relate to us, it just melts our hearts every single time, and we're so thankful for all the support and love that we get.
Yes, we see you. We are so grateful for every single one of you. And, you know, we love to see that you guys relate to what we're putting out there, because at the end of the day, we're just, you know, we're humans. So we also like to share our personal experiences on here.
Yes. And it's crazy because it's crazy because I feel like we're all, you know, in one way or another on a similar journey.
Yeah, we definitely are. We're all on similar journeys. And this week, we actually want to talk about something that weighs very heavy on our hearts. And we're not talking about the snitch again. Okay, not that heavy, but we are talking about something that just means a lot to us. And I'm very excited to dive into this.
Yes, we're going to be talking about the audacity today that some people have when it comes to us losing weight, gaining muscle. I feel like sometimes you can never please people. Either you're fat, either you're too fat, you're losing too much weight, or you're losing weight the wrong way.
You're damned if you're fat, you're dragged if you're losing. So let's get into it.
So let's talk about it, Tay. Let's talk about the double standard. Because I feel like I used to get told all the time, you're too fat. Girl, I wish you could see my comment sections. Literally, I actually still do filter out my comments because some words I'm just like, I'm no longer going to allow on here. Like the word fat. Let's just use the word fat, right? So many freaking people would comment that on my videos, fat. Or I'd be posting a video of me doing an outfit of the day, like getting ready to go out. And they're like, are you on your way to McDonald's?
Yeah, literally. Like,
and if I am,
what does that have to do with
and
yes, and
like, God forbid I love the Golden Arches.
No, literally, that's my favorite. What is it? Landmark to visit.
Yeah,
that's
what?
My favorite
girl,
thing.
vibe. They'd be like, girl, you're too fat.
I literally will have. Yeah, like, and you're posting just an outfit of the day, and it's like, what warranted you to say that to me? You know, I actually literally like being on social media and like posting stuff. You can literally like, I have had someone say to me, like, even in person, but a lot of times on social media as well. But so what we're talking about today, I think doesn't only pertain to social media. This is also like people in your personal life as well,
like family.
But girl, I literally like family. Oh my God, like this happened to me at work. Where, you know, I was talking to this lady and she was asking me like about my life or whatever. And sometimes like, you know, old people, they just like to yap. So like her and I were yapping, you know, and I let her know we were yapping away. And I let her know that I was on a weight loss journey and I was 45 pounds down. This lady said, well, I'm just very, very proud of you, darling. That's just amazing. But tell me you're not on that Ozempic, right? You're doing it the right way.
It's like as soon as somebody finds out that you're doing or that you're going through your weight loss journey using the help of a GLP-1, they freak out and automatically you're not losing weight the right way. You're taking the easy way out. For some people, it's always the easy way out. And I'm like, you've never tried it, have you? Like, just
no.
Tell me you haven't tried it without telling me you haven't tried it yet, please.
And tell me you haven't had to deal with weight loss issues or struggling with weight. As soon as they say anything like that, it's like, I can tell that you haven't ever dealt with anything as far as like weight issues when you say stupid shit like that. You know?
Like, me personally, and I think Tay too, like I have, you know, been through different diets throughout my life. I've tried all the diets you could probably think of. I've probably tried them. And I was unhappy. I was not losing any weight really. And when I would lose weight, I would gain it all back within like a couple of days of me maybe going off track for a little bit. And barely at that. I feel like with the help of my GLP-1, I still feel like some mornings I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I'm still struggling with my mind. But at the end of the day, it's a tool that's helping me get further along.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think that's like a lot of people, they don't realize that that's what it is it's a tool. And I mean, this is what the entire episode we're talking about today is that like, it doesn't matter to them. It's like every time when we're bigger, all we hear from them is you need to lose the weight. You need to lose the weight. You need to lose the weight. And at the end of the day, no one was applauding us while we were struggling, you know? So the fact that, and nobody was like making comments on like what we were eating and stuff like that. Well, maybe they were, but nobody was really like they were just telling us. They didn't tell us how to. They just said,
Yeah.
you need to lose the weight. And now that we're losing the weight, they have a comment on how we're losing the weight. And I just don't think
Yes.
that's fair because, you know, all I heard from you for the last, you know, 16 years of my life was I need to lose the weight because I'm getting too big. But now that
Mhm.
I'm losing the weight, you have an issue with how I'm losing the weight.
Yes. I feel like some people's biggest assumptions about bigger people is just that they're big because they can't stop eating. And that is such a false
Mhm.
thing because so many people deal with, obesity, deal with being bigger just in general because of other health conditions that don't necessarily include them not being able to put the fork down. There's so many more
Mm.
health reasons as to why a person could be bigger or gain more weight than another person could. It's not all because you're eating too much.
Yeah, no, exactly. And honestly, like it literally just doesn't make sense to me in the sense of like what the real issue is that people are not okay with you doing things on your own terms or something that they disagree with. And so this all like boils down to like people just putting their opinions and things that like where it doesn't belong. And so I think that in real life and in like, you know, your personal life and then also on social media, it's like, you know, we're big and always on our social media posts or in person, we're told lose the weight, lose the weight, lose the weight. It's all we ever like hear from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like now that we're doing something that's literally science backed. Like it is literally like I don't know, there's trials and genuine like science that like backs that this helps people lose weight. And now like I'm doing it wrong. Or I'm taking the easy way out. Like what
Mm-hmm.
do you want me to lose weight via like medieval torture? Like what do you want? Like what do you want from me? Like
They
what
want you to eat
you
like
know,
3 almonds a
would you prefer
day.
no, like do you want me to be like an almond mom and have like 3 almonds a day? No, like and also like what pisses me off about like people like making comments about like what we're eating or like how we're losing the weight too is like I know damn well that they had a Celsius and vape for lunch.
Not the vapors.
That's exactly what they're that's literally like you're gonna tell me how I'm living my life when you live off of Celsius or like those C4s and vape juice?
It's
Like,
also the same
hello?
people that comment under my videos like, "Are you on your way to McDonald's while they're eating a 20-piece nugget?" Like, please be fucking for real.
No, literally, it's projection. They're projecting. Like it's
No, they are.
it's
They're
giving like
definitely projecting, girl. Well, and I'll be real. Like
yeah.
before I started my GLP-1 journey, I was so scared to come on the internet and be like, "Hey guys, I'm taking a GLP-1." Like, it is what it is. But I was so nervous of me like telling people that because I was so scared of what they thought. And that's when I had to realize, girl, I literally had to take a step back and be like, you rep all you talk about on your page is loving yourself, like truly embodying that. And for me, I had to take a realization and I just had to realize for like so many times, take a shot every time. Because one thing about me, girl, I'm gonna say the same word over and over.
Huh. And we
But
are.
we are. But no, I really did have to take a step back and come to the conclusion that truly, like truly loving yourself means putting yourself first. And I had to do that. It came to a point where
Mm,
I could no
yeah.
longer look in the mirror and be like, I know who that is. I didn't know who I was. I was struggling. I had gained the most weight that I've ever gained in my life. I was losing and I needed to get her back. And I did research. I looked into Tay because she was a GLP-1 queen and she still is. And I was like, please help me. I need help. So, speaking from
Yeah.
personal experience, if you have been thinking about getting on a GLP-1 and you're like, no, I can't because I don't want to deal with people's opinions. I don't want to deal with the negative comments. Girl, F that. Like literally F that. At the end of the day, girl, you have yourself that you need to help. Self, like your inner person is literally screaming for help and like you just have to listen. And if you're like
Yeah.
so worried about what other people think, you're never going to be truly happy.
No. Yeah, that's so and Pris, I'm here to say it. I'm sure like a lot of listeners as well. Like I'm so grateful that you cuz like you know, it's very hard like being on social media and posting like our vulnerable like weight loss journeys, but we have changed personally. Like I know so many people's lives and that are even listening to this. Like we're so grateful for you guys that we've been able to be a part of that. Honestly, like it's one of the hardest things ever to be vulnerable and like post your weight loss journeys online. And I think that's what I would love to dive into next. But first, I think I'm feeling a little
Dehydrated.
parched.
I'm feeling parched.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
right. I
feeling
think
a
it's
little-
time for
Oh.
ASMR. Water check. If a water company's trying to sponsor, hit us up, please.
Yeah, so
Can
like
you
we're not
imagine?
sponsored, but you know.
Can you imagine?
Imagine Stanley. Can you imagine Stanley hits us up and Stanley himself is like, "Hey girls."
No, but imagine like smart water. Because you're going to give us
No,
like
it's Smart Water if you're
smartness.
Oh right, Smart Water if you're listening. We're just two dumb blondes that really could use some Smart Water.
Or my favorite, honestly, and I know that I might get dragged, but it's fine. It's going to be Fiji. I'm sorry.
Oh girl, I love Fiji water. You know what?
Me
It's like
too.
are we doing ASMR?
Maybe.
You know what I don't like is You know what I don't like is Deer Park water. I think Deer Park tastes like deer. Like if I had to imagine what like
Taylor,
dirt
I'm
and
sorry,
deer
but I've
tasted
never
like,
heard
it
of
would
that
be Deer
before.
Park. Deer Park?
I've never heard of that. Is
Oh,
that not
baby.
like a Texas thing? If you're from Texas, let me know where you can
Is
find
it
that
like
because I would love to try it now.
yeah. And hello, is it just a Pennsylvania thing? So like someone let us know. If someone's not in the state of Texas or Pennsylvania, let us know who's crazy.
Deer Park water.
Yeah. Deer Park water, guys. But I think that the next thing like we'll definitely dive into is like social media and like the pressure of like doing it perfectly and like doing your weight loss journey perfectly. Like, so can we like dive into that? Like, do you ever feel like, especially like being an influencer and like posting online, that like you feel like you have to do things perfectly?
Oh my gosh, yes. Literally. That's why for a little
Mhm.
bit I was very hesitant on posting my weigh-ins and like how much I was weighing every so often because I didn't want to get comments of like you're not losing enough or you're losing too much. And I just didn't want to hear it because I'm already in my head so much when it comes to that topic. Same thing with what I eat in a days. I mean, you post those a lot, but I was so nervous to post them at first because I was just so nervous of people telling me like, why are you eating that? Or you're eating too much, you're eating too less.
Mhm.
And I was so scared of that. And especially like being new in GLP-1, I feel like I was so scared that I wasn't doing it the right way. And like I was going to get so much negativity from it.
Oh yeah. And yeah, like you said, like you touched on it, like the me doing like the what I eat in a day videos, I think the number one probably like hate comment or like comment that I receive from people, and sometimes it's even my followers, which is kind of sad. But people will say, I could never eat that much if I'm on a GLP-1 and I had a grape today and I feel so sick. I can't believe, like, do you actually finish all those meals? There's no way that you're actually losing weight. There's no way you're on a GLP-1. Like these are genuine things that like these people are commenting on my
Mm-hmm.
page of like my what I eat in a day videos. And I think what's genuinely so sad is in these videos, in like the what I eat in a day videos, my calorie deficit that I consume on a daily basis is like 1,200 to 1,500 calories. So the fact that these people are looking at these
Yeah.
and thinking that like they think that I'm consuming a lot of food. Like little do they know that like me, like I don't know, 5 months ago was consuming about 3,000 to 4,000 calories a
Yeah.
day. I think that that's very hard, like posting like the what I eat in a day is
Yeah.
like even like nobody would. And I think like some people are like, oh my god, like shut up, like you're just literally recording yourself eating. But at the end of the day, like I'm getting like my comments are filtered. Like I also have a few things like filtered in my comments. You know, I'm
The
constantly
filtered
like having to
comments are a
approve and
scary place.
oh my god, they are. Like when you go into like the part where you have to approve the comments, oh girl, that's a haunting place. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
so it's you know it's hard. I think like being vulnerable and like posting your journey on social media and like just
Oh,
hearing what people have to
absolutely.
say. You know, because it feels like we have to do it perfectly. It feels like I'm not, you know, everybody, and that goes with like posting on social media, is that we're opening ourselves to like people's unsolicited opinions, right?
Hmm. Well, I feel like people forget that we're actual humans, you know? Sometimes I post a
Yeah.
video and I feel so good in it. I feel so beautiful. I feel very confident that day. And then I'll be like, you know, sharing my journey on there. And then some people will be like, but you look the same. There's no difference. And I'm just like, okay, maybe
Oh
there's
my
no difference
god.
for you, but for me, there's difference.
Right.
And if I want to be into Lululand and be like, okay, I see a difference this morning. I feel less
Mhm.
bloated. I feel less inflamed. Then I will be in that land for as long as I can be because I feel like being on a GLP-1, like
Yeah.
sometimes you need to be your own hype man. Like you need to be like, you know what? I feel better. I look better. It don't matter, girl. It don't matter what anyone else has to say. All that matters is yourself and what you think
And
of yourself.
yes, ma'am. And I'm so sorry to like bring this girl up and to even give her attention, but I wonder if you know exactly where I'm going. But it's like you see me on social media and you see me doing better for myself. And I just have to tie into the fact of like you posted a fucking video where you were going shoe shopping
My
for shoes.
God.
You were literally going shoe shopping for new shoes for the gym.
Girl,
For the gym.
if y'all have not seen
And
that video, I need y'all to go. I mean, I'm not even doing it like as a like go follow me, but like go watch the video and look at the comments. I left the comments there because I'm
read
like
the
I'm mind blown. One of somebody and girl, when I tell you it was a guy that commented this, he said so many excuses, yet you're still not at the gym. And I'm like, what excuses did I even come up with? Because I'm literally at a
right.
sporting store getting shoes to go to the gym.
So that I'm more comfortable at the gym. And I just have to bring up this one person. And you know, we're not going to say her name, we're not going to give her clout in
Mm-mm,
any sense, but
mm-mm.
they commented on a literal like again, I think you had done like you said you were looking for like running shoes or like that it was like a
Yes.
running shoe or something like that because it was for the gym. This person, unsolicited as hell and just stupid, blank stupid, commented, "You run?" question mark.
I was like, girl, be for real. For just a second, let's just be for real.
Like
And then she has the audacity to put it in her bio. Does she run though?
right.
No, but
And then wants
actually,
us to feel bad.
no, but
Girl,
actually, I'm gonna come with a video of me running for just 20 minutes straight, just loop
yeah,
on a
exactly.
loop.
You know what? Right. Catch it.
subscribe, like
Yeah, like you'll just in the same spot and it's just like running in circles.
just running. She'll eat it up, girl. She
Yeah.
will eat it up. No, but
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I think that it can feel like it just boils down to, like, I'm
God.
posting a video of, like, what I eat a day, and I'm, like, posting a video, like, trying to, like, say, like, what I eat in a day, like, on a GLP-1, trying to help other people who are also on their GLP-1 journeys, like, so that they know, like, what I eat in a day, because it's hard sometimes to, like, it's like you wanna know what other people are eating, so I post that just to help people, and you
Yeah.
posted a freaking video, just maybe showing other people, like, what a good gym shoe would be, and, like, you just posted a little vlog, and I think sometimes
Mhm.
it's so exhausting.
Mhm. Well, and I just feel like at
Um
the end of the day, like we post these videos, we post this content for people that maybe look similar to us or like going through the similar things because I know that for
Yeah,
me, I would want to follow someone that maybe has the same body type as me or maybe weighs around the same as me
exactly.
just so I could know what to expect. And we
Yeah.
post those videos not because we are trying to get like certain comments, or get certain attraction. We literally are sharing our journey
Mhm.
with you guys in our story because we want people to feel less alone and like they can do it and
Yes.
that this is doable.
Mhm. Yeah, like, we post with the intent that, like, we're gonna reach that one person.
No, I just kind of wanted to reel back a little bit, just a little bit, because I feel like um maybe from experience or just like what I see on the internet. I know that earlier we were talking about how it can be really hard to come out to the internet and like say like you're on a GLP-1 or you're doing this for weight loss. But I feel like what's even harder than like going on the internet or like telling strangers that you're what you're choosing to do with your weight loss journey. I think it's harder to actually tell loved ones, friends, family, and then be so worried about what they might have to say to you. I think that actually hurts more than like
Mhm.
going on the internet or even telling a stranger that you're on a GLP-1 and getting that feedback from them. And I feel like a lot of people might feel like they can't do it because they're so scared of what their family and friends might think of them. And I just want to take a
Mhm.
little bit of a moment to tell you that you're human and like you deserve to be happy. You deserve to do what you want to do. And other people's opinions, other people's thoughts of you should not matter. And if you're so
Mhm.
scared of what your family, your friends might say, you don't necessarily have to tell them right away. Take a little bit of time to try it out for yourself, see what it does for you. And once you feel comfortable enough, then make that next step and let them know if you want. You don't ever have to feel like you have to do certain things because, like I keep saying, at the end of the day, like it's truly what makes you happy.
Yeah. You do not owe anyone anything. Like, at the end of the day, like, you owe yourself everything, and I think that that's so important, especially being on this journey, is that, like, tying to, like, what Chris said, is you don't have to tell anyone. I've
You
even
don't have
had,
to
like,
tell
women,
anyone
like, in my
ever.
lives no, and I've even had, like, women in my lives, like, commenting and stuff that they hide their medication from their husbands or their kids, and at the end of the day, like, if that's what I mean, like, I don't really think that you should have to do that, but I know everybody's situation's, like, different, and maybe they
Yeah.
just don't wanna tell anyone.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, that is your decision to make. If that's what makes you happy is, like, you wanna hide your medication in a somewhere in the fridge where nobody's gonna open, like, then do that if that's what makes you happy. I think that I really fought in the beginning of my journey if I was going to tell my family because, my mom, I love my mom to death, but she's more so, like, more I would say, like, when people call, like, the essential oil mom, like, my mom didn't really take us, like, she was one of
Yeah.
those moms where, like, don't go to the doctor, like,
Yeah.
unless you're, like, bleeding out of your nose, like, profusely. So I think I was a little scared to, like, tell her, like, "Hey, mom, like, instead of me, like, going to the gym and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah," even though I've already been doing that for, like, years and it wasn't working. I think that
Mhm.
I was scared that I was gonna face, like, backlash from her,
Yeah.
like, on about me starting a GLP-1,
Well, and I know that can be
and I do
hard, you
sometimes
know?
yeah, like, I think I was a little scared, like, what she was gonna say, and I think that's something that everybody, like, deals with is, like, how is my family? How are the people who are closest to me going to react to me being on this medication? Have you had to like, did you feel kind of any anxieties like that, or
Thankfully my family is very and even Travis are very supportive of what I choose to do. But I was a little bit nervous
Mhm.
to tell some people around me. But I think once I actually told people, the response that I got was a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. Like in a good way. Like
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
I was so much in my own head that I was like, they're gonna have this
Yeah.
really negative like things to say when I finally come out and tell them because I was so in my head and I was so scared that when I finally just said it, it was like, okay, well, we're so proud of you. Like, we're so happy. Like, and I get a little emotional talking about it sometimes because it's like when I actually came out and told people that I was taking a GLP-1, the amount of people that I actually inspired or the amount of people that actually felt so proud and like genuinely motivated, I did not expect that. I was actually like shaking when I was making that video because I was like, I'm about to lose everything that I possibly have because people are going to hate me for doing
I
this. But
remember, yeah.
I think people actually kind of look up to you in a certain way whenever you come out and like share that because I don't think okay, so this is like something that I always like tell myself. I don't think being brave necessarily means like standing on the stage and like talking in front of an audience, right? I think being brave is like you being so
Yeah.
scared and actually still doing it. Even if you're so
Yeah.
scared and you're up there shaking, I think that's what true bravery is like actually doing it and pushing
Oh
yourself
yeah.
to do it. And I think that's what I
Mhm.
did, you know, and I think that's what a lot of us are doing too. And, you know, like Tay was saying, like if you don't ever want to tell somebody that you're going through a GLP-1 journey, you don't ever have to feel like you have to. But I would recommend to find a
Mhm.
friend or find a support group, even if it's anonymously. I feel like being on a GLP-1 or like being just like on a weight loss journey in general, like I do feel like you do need some sort of support eventually. I'm very grateful that I
Mhm.
have Tay. I'm very grateful that I have a lot of GLP-1 friends from the community, because I do feel like sometimes it can get lonely. Sometimes I have questions, you know, sometimes I feel
Yeah.
like I'm not doing the right things, or like only certain symptoms are happening to me. And once I'm open and once I'm like reaching out to people, I learned to realize like, you know, we're kind of all on a similar journey. It's very similar. And some
We
stuff that
are.
I might be going through that I'm beating myself up about is very common. You know, just last week, my food noise was very loud. It was so loud. I wanted to eat
Yeah.
everything in front of me, and I was like, I'm doing this wrong. You know, this is maybe not the right thing for me to be doing. Maybe I just totally messed up somehow. And I was like really in my head. I went to the restroom and I literally sent Tay a voicemail when I was like, girl, I think I'm like, I don't think I did this right. I'm so hungry. Like, I'm really going through it. And she was like, dude, you're good. Like, so am I.
Yeah, and guess what? Like literally as Pris is like and that's what I think ties into like is when you need a friend in this journey is because like Pris was like little did she know like in her head if she would have never texted me she's like freaking out thinking that she's doing this wrong and that like she injected it wrong, maybe the medicine didn't go in, she's doing all these things, she's you know she's
Yeah.
spiraling, she's going down the rabbit hole. All this girl had to do and she did it, but she texted me and said, Tay, like I'm having food noise. I said, bitch, me too.
Yes.
And guess what, instantly you're not alone.
No, instantly
Instantly
you're
you're
not
not
alone. And
alone.
instantly you feel like it's
Yeah,
normal. Like you don't have to beat yourself
because
up
it
about
is.
it. And like I think that's what I'm still learning is that like food noise is
Mhm.
normal. It's normal to want to eat. Like that's just your body. You are going to eat, girl. And I don't think you should beat yourself up for wanting to eat. And I think that's what I've struggled with. And I've gotten to like realize that the past like week, that anytime I feel hungry, I'm like, it's not working. Like something is wrong. And it's just, that's not the case. It's just my body telling me, like,
Mhm.
hey, you know, can you feed me? I'm hungry. And you
Yeah.
should listen to it. You
No,
should feed
exactly.
yourself. Like, girl, you don't. And, you know, my friend Tracy, too, she had told me something the other day along the lines that, like, in order to gain 1 pound, like, you have to eat so many things. You have to eat so much calories. You have to eat so much things in general. And, you know, just because you eat a
Mhm.
brownie or you eat a piece of chocolate or you eat a blizzard, whatever it might be, like you're not going to gain all your weight back. And we shouldn't have that
Mm-mm.
mentality that like we can't do certain things because I just, we shouldn't have the mentality that because we feel a certain way, the medication's not working.
Yeah. No, that's exactly like that's like something that I think that we kind of get into our own heads about like is we're like we said this last episode is we're our number one critics. And so
Hmm.
I think that we a lot of times will kind of spiral into the fact of like maybe the medication's not working and maybe and then this is when you start listening to all those trolls again. You start thinking maybe it is me. Maybe I'm not doing something right. And then you start targeting yourself and you're listening to those people. Maybe your family member said something where that's not going to work for you. Maybe you saw a comment and you start listening and you start saying, oh my God, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. And you start spiraling. And I think that's
Yes.
where Chris and I really want to be here to like encourage you guys and to just like make you guys, I think a lot of this is our third episode and we've said this in every single one of them is it's like weight loss is not linear.
No.
And, you know, especially being on a GLP-1 journey is like these things are going to fluctuate. And I think it's so normal to feel like your GLP-1 journey is not working. Because at the end of the day, what boils down to it is like nothing has ever worked for us. I can speak for myself. I can speak for Pris. Like nothing has ever worked for us when it comes to a weight loss journey. And so I
Mhm.
think when we're on this and it's working and we lose a few pounds and then we get scared, maybe if the next day we have food noise. I know that's what happens to me is I get so scared. I'm like, I'm down 70 pounds. But maybe there is like I had because my food noise, I was thinking about a lot of food. I had 2 blizzards last week. I had 2 Dairy Queen blizzards. Okay. But my mind was telling me, Taylor, you're gonna gain back all 70 pounds because you had 2 Dairy Queen blizzards. But guess what? This week again, like my food noise is gone again. It's just because it fluctuates and it's normal.
Yeah.
Sometimes your body needs like time to catch up to how much weight you've lost. And sometimes it's, you know, normal, like Chris said, for food noise to come back and to fluctuate. And I think that's not only do we deal a lot with like other people pressuring us and bullying us into being in a GLP-1 journey, I think we really bully ourselves
Yeah.
in the journey. And I think that that's really sad. I think that we do owe ourselves like a lot of grace and
Mhm.
that if you're feeling like down or you're feeling like in this journey, like you're distressed, I think that it's normal. Like, don't feel you're not alone and feeling like your journey's not working. I think that that's something that Chris and I see a lot in our comments is like people saying that my journey, you know, it's not working, it's not working, it's not working.
100% agree with what Tay said. I think a lot of us are so scared to start our own journeys because we're giving and pouring into somebody else's journey, and we don't want to like mess with what's going on already. Like, I think some of us are very uncomfortable with breaking a cycle and like being the first person to try it or do it. Like, I'm the first person in my family to get on GLP-1, and I was like, well, what am I going to get? Like, what kind of backlash am I going to get? You know? And I was so scared. I was nervous of that. And I think choosing yourself and putting yourself first for once is valid. And I think you have the whole right. I think you have every right in the world to choose you and make that first step in choosing yourself, whether it be taking a GLP-1, whether it be, you know, signing up for Pilates or Pure Barre or going to the gym at 5 a.m. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just you choosing yourself. And that's all to it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it literally does not matter anybody else's freaking opinion on what you're doing to take care of your body. You know, I think there's so much pressure and feeling like you're doing something perfect and you're worried about pleasing other people. Chris and I are here to tell you to like quite literally screw other people. Like, forget what the hell they're saying to you, forget their opinions, take care of yourself, focus in on your journey, and, you know, give yourself grace, and you don't have to do anything perfectly. And Chris, I think that I'm feeling a little
Thirsty? Me too. I need to drink water.
Hydration check.
I'm joking. Dude, how many Stanleys do you own? I own
Only 2.
See, I think I have a problem because I think I own like 7. I know, it's crazy. I'm sorry. But it's like anytime I feel like the Stanley represents what I feel, and pink is happy. So I'm feeling happy, and I'm feeling grateful for the pod because I'm just so happy that there's a place where, like, I know me. Why?
No, you're like one of those, like, I have a Stanley for every outfit.
Oh, what was I saying? But I'm very grateful for the pod because I feel like this is where me and Tay really get our therapy session in. And that's why I think it's so important that if you're on a GLP-1, you know, find a podcast that you like, find a friend, find like just somebody, or find like a influencer that you can just relate to, or you can see their journey to. Like, don't isolate yourself. Do not do that because you need support. You're going to need support eventually. You're going to have questions. And
yeah,
I know for me, sometimes I feel like, what do I do now? You know, like, do I just sit here and wait for it? I don't know. So it's like having friends, having a group of people that maybe are going through the same thing as you can be so helpful in ways that you don't even know.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this and you need friends, you need a community, I know Chris and I both, like, our DMs are open.
What, Tay, after speaking about social media and like trolls, you know what I think would be iconic?
I'm scared, but yes. What?
Girl, I kind of want to read a little bit of my comments. I'm gonna go to the review filtered comments for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm scared.
No. I have one the other day, girl. I literally had to screenshot it because sometimes I'd be getting comments and messages and I'm like, no, you gotta be lying to me because there ain't no way that you felt comfortable enough to go to a person's page that you don't even know and send them this.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear it. I literally can't wait. Some people have like it's the nerve that people have. Like, I sometimes want to know how big their balls are. I really do.
I do too. And like, honestly, like, you would never catch me if I see somebody on the internet and I'm like, I don't really like what they're doing, what they look like. I mean, I've never really experienced that. But if I saw somebody on the internet and I was just like, no, I don't fuck with you, I would normally just block, right? But some people feel the need to literally slide in the DMs and say some rude shit or even just comment it. And sometimes I think they do it just for attention. I think they do it so they think they ate, but they like left a lot of crumbs.
They thought
that like actually they like there's too many crumbs here. Like you
there's a lot of crumbs.
Okay, so one of my favorite ones, and sometimes I will send them to Tay and I'll be like, can you just please read this for a second because it's But some of these, okay, I will say some of these sometimes I read them and I giggle just a little bit.
Oh, me too. They're funny sometimes.
Okay, my biggest thing is like if you're gonna come for me, like at least make it a little funny.
No, at least make it comedic, you know?
Yeah, because if not, like it just won't really hurt.
No, I remember in one of my videos where people were like bullying me, there was like this bigger girl that had like commented back to someone because he was like making fun of my weight. And this bigger girl had commented back and was like, oh my God, like that's so mean. Or like she like said something mean to him back or whatever. This man commented back, he goes, wow, you bigger girls really just stick together, don't you?
Oh God. Okay, look. No, girl. Okay, look at this one I got. So this one I got on my video of me like clapping back at that girl that was like, you run. And this guy said, actually, you know what? At Crab Kebab said this. Nah. He said, nah. Hate for fat people is going to bring men and women together again.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? And did this man have a profile picture?
Crap.
No.
Now I know you lying to
See,
me.
and you know that's a fatty. Behind the screen, that's also a fatty, I bet.
It's probably a
And he's
fatty.
projecting.
Probably a fatty and not a
And
baddie.
he's projecting.
But like at least I'm fat and I'm baddie. So I mean, you know,
Exactly,
it's like
period. You can't say nothing
I'm
about this
fat.
face part.
But it's crazy because my favorite comment is like when people like literally tell me that I'm fat, but it's like I have a mirror, dude.
Duh.
I never
It's like,
said
duh.
I was not fat, but I am a baddie. Like I will stand by that.
No, exactly. Like, you know, what's that one girl? Like, she's like, duh, duh. Like that TikTok sound. That's what that reminds me of. So we can like teeter back and forth. So like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like what are the odds that like I also have like what are the odds that like I also have a comment that like, you know, someone left on one of my videos recently that just, you know, really just I just had to share it with you and you
share
guys
it.
that are listening. So this was on just a video of me saying that I'm 68 pounds down. You know,
Oh
literally
my
just that.
gosh.
Old account 58 said
Hell no.
could have done it naturally and saved your money. First of all, you did not spell naturally correct.
First of all, are you
Second
paying
of
for my
all,
meds?
right, like do you pay my bills? Because I'm sorry, but I actually, believe it or not, I'm still saving money because your girl was dropping like $800 a month on DoorDash. Okay.
And actually, you kind of helped me pay for my meds this week, so keep watching that video.
Oh, yeah, keep watching that video, old account 58, because you're helping.
Like, keep it, please. Like, girl, please. You could have saved the
No.
money. Like, girl, do you know how much I pay or what?
No, like, do you what do you mean? And like also like I just hate that word, like you could have done it naturally. You could have done it naturally.
But
You could have done it naturally. Shut up.
You know what's kind of honestly worse? What's worse than a man hating? A woman, bitch.
Girl, a woman.
Girls that hate girls, I just cannot. This girl slid in my DMs, right? And I think she was
Like,
trying to, I
why?
think, no, girl, please. This girl slid in my DMs. I think she was trying to be nice, right? But let me read you this and tell me if you think this is nice. Hey, beautiful.
Okay.
I had a chin similar to yours. I'm already like, girl, what? I'm already like, what? You got my attention. Just what? I went to a doctor and he did a miracle job. I wanted to share it just in case you were interested. My chin was my biggest insecurity, and I felt like I was never going to lose it. I can send you his link if you want.
Oh.
First of all, girl, I just want to say, girl, first of all, my chin ain't my biggest insecurity, girl. If anything, me and my couple chins that I got right now, we're fucking close, okay? And when I finally start to lose them, that's a goodbye that I'm gonna have to do, okay? And I'm ready to mourn it. But my chin ain't my biggest insecurity, girl. So don't be coming at me assuming that just because it's hanging, it's my insecurity. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna rock a double chin. I don't even care. 3 chins, 4 chins, 5. I got them.
If it hanging, we banging.
Okay, honestly, that 8.
Honestly, like,
Yeah.
and for her to also
like, girl, when have I ever made a video talking about, guys, I hate my chin? Like, what?
my chin.
No, you hate my chin. That's why you're sliding in my DMs. No, actually, I take that back. You hated your chin. You thought that you felt the
You
need
hated your
to try to
chin.
make me hate mine. But hell no. Because one thing about me, girl, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, she's laying pretty. Like, I don't even know. You know, I could have a double chin, but she's still cute as hell.
Period. And the fact that she literally sent you the doctor's link, girl, get out of here. Literally get out of here. Moving on.
I'm sorry, but that's not a girl's girl. Don't ever slide into girls' DMs trying to be nice, talking about her double chin like that. That's not a girl's girl. That's not nice.
Yeah. You know what's sad is she thought she was being a girl's girl. So,
my God,
all right, guys. So here's another one from my lovely comment section. Okay, this is from Frostborn Viking.
It's never their name.
Frostborn Viking. Okay, so I'm sure you're gonna have something very intellectual to say.
Yes,
this
I'm
person said, I'm ready. It's all going to come back. You need to focus on a caloric deficit and moving around more. There's no magic pill. Hand face emoji. Then this person responded to them. Shout out to Kayla. Kayla was in my comments. She was standing up for me. She goes, "Did you even listen to her video?" Yeah, Kayla said, "Did you even listen to her video?
We love it.
It helps control the food addiction portion." We do. She said, "It helps control the food addiction portion that goes on in our heads. This is a tool for better success while also eating in a calorie deficit. Otherwise, it's very hard to do so for some people." Frostborn Viking then responds back, "It still won't work. No matter how much you try to justify it, it won't work. Honey, I'm 70 pounds down, baby. It's working, okay?"
You said, I don't know what other way to tell you, but it's literally working. Literally, Taylor had a video today of her wearing a pant, or what is it, wearing pants that she wore how many months ago?
Oh my God, 5 months ago.
Yeah, tied on her back then, hella loose today. I don't know about you guys, but something's
Mm-hmm.
working. Something's putting in work.
Right. And like it just goes to show that like the people that are commenting on our stuff, they're literally so uneducated. They're so
No,
dumb. I'm
they're
so sorry, but like at
uneducated.
the end of the day, like you're uneducated. You're
And you know what
dumb.
they
Like
hate?
if you
You know
don't know
what
how
they
to
hate? They hate a fat person.
themselves.
They hate a fat person loving themselves. They hate a fat person putting themselves
Mm-hmm.
first. And they hate a fat person glowing.
And that's it. And you know what? They really and tying it back, you're damned if you're fat and you're dragged if you're losing. It literally does not matter as long as we're fat. And if we were fat before, I don't think that there's ever, at what point do we escape the being fat, and like all that crap that comes along with it. But at the end of the day, like, and I think that we should really like the takeaway from this episode here is that like you do not owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone a reason. You don't owe anyone anything other than the fact that you're doing this for yourself. So people are, no matter what you do in your life, people are going to make comments on literally anything that you're doing. So all the unsolicited advice from your coworkers, from family members, or from even partners, like literally don't listen to it because at the end of the day, like this is your journey and you're worried about yourself. And that's the most important thing.
Period. Tay literally couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. I'd rather be happy knowing that I chose myself first than miserable putting somebody else's needs before mine.
Exactly. Like what? Because at the end of the day, like they're not the ones like going through this. Like they have never like, especially if it's someone that's been like small their whole lives. Like I'm sorry, but I'm not taking any unsolicited advice from you. Like I'm not listening to you because you don't know what's going on in my head. You don't know how I got here. You don't know why I'm taking a GLP-1. For the most part, GLP-1s usually are like the last straw for people.
And let's stop assuming that we're fat because we eat. Let's just stop assuming that because I know smaller people than me that eat more than I do. So like it's not food all the time, okay?
Oh my God.
It's not because we sit on the couch and rot every day, all day. It's not because we're lazy. I go to the gym 4 times a week now, 5 at that sometimes, okay? And I'm still a bigger person. It is normal to go to the gym as a fat person. It's normal to go into that gym and see a fat person working out. Not everybody who is healthy has to be skinny, has to be a certain size. There is no size for healthy. I'm sorry. And I had to say, there is no size to being healthy.
Period.
Okay. It's just crazy to me that some people are just that they just put like fat and like lazy together. And it's not.
No, it's not. And that's the stigma that I hope that hopefully one day is broken is that, just because we're fat, like Pris said, like we're not taking care of our bodies, like you're having vape juice and a Celsius for lunch and I'm over here having like protein shakes and, I'm, drinking 120 ounces of water a day. You probably haven't touched water in 2 years. Okay. And you get kidney stones and you drink alcohol. Like, there's a difference. Like you're like, I'm sorry, but like at the end of the day, like, people, it's just, they really associate fat with unhealthy. And it's like, most of us who are fat or have been fat, we know more about diets and being healthy than anybody else out there does. I'm sorry, because we've done it how many times? Like, even before my GLP-1 journey, I could tell you anything about any calorie deficit. I could tell you anything about any diet. I could tell you how to lose the weight. I could tell you what workouts to do at the gym. I just couldn't lose it. And so what if I found a tool that is now helping me lose the fucking weight? So what?
This is not the easy way out. I don't care who says it, how many people say it. This is not the easy way out. It's not. And as people, me and Tay are on it, we could tell you straight up right now, we have days where we fight with our own heads. We have days that we're grinding, hustling, and we feel the same way that we felt when we were trying to lose weight without this tool, but we're actually getting further along now. So I don't want to hear it that this is the easy way out. Yeah. Hell no. And if it is the easy way out, guess what? I'm going to take it every time because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like literally. And so what? If it is the easy way out, screw it. I'm losing the freaking weight. The weight that you have bullied me for how many years to lose the weight. I'm getting healthy. Like I literally, like I'm doing things to better my life. And if you're going to call it the easy way out, that's fine. That's how you're going to perceive it. But I know in my heart, like Pris just said, and most of us that are listening, and I know Pris does, I know I do, we're working not only on our mental health, but we're working on our bodies. Most of us have protein goals. We have water goals. We're in the gym. We're moving our bodies. Okay. We're doing something to better ourselves. And that is the entire takeaway from this episode, guys, is don't listen to other people. Don't let people give you that unsolicited advice. If you're on a GLP-1, be happy that you're on this journey and focus in on your journey and don't listen to anybody else's crap and shit. And you're doing the journey for yourself. And Pris and I are very, very proud of you for getting here and being on this journey with us. And,
absolutely.
Like Pris said as well.
Absolutely.
Make sure you guys get it. make sure you guys get into some kind of community or some kind of friends. And if you ever need anybody, like I said, I know personalized DMs are here and open.
And I want to end my part with the whole segment that the bravest thing that you could ever do is put yourself first. Just remember that. That's the most bravest thing that you could do, is just choosing yourself.
Yeah. Period. No, I can't say that better. Yeah, choose yourselves. Person, I want every single one of you from now on, after listening to this episode, is to choose yourselves.
Yes.
That's all you can do, is at the end of the day, you're going to have yourself. So,
and I also want to say, if this episode hit home for you, if you know, you laughed, you cried, you were like, dude, I relate so hard to what they just said, share it with your friend who might be going through the same thing as you. You know, I feel like a lot of people, they don't come out and they say that they're struggling with certain things because they're scared, again, of what other people might think of them. So just share it. Let them know that, hey, you know, I heard something and it really resonated with me. Maybe you'll take something away from this as well.
yeah.
And, you know, take a little picture of you listening to the pod, you know, take a picture of you watching the video of us. You know, we're so happy to be able to share our journey with you guys, that whenever y'all, you know, show us these pictures, show us these videos of y'all watching us on your screen or on your radio, it just makes our entire day. So, you know, I don't know, Tay, I'm kind of feeling like we should do a quick little cute giveaway. What do you think?
Oh, giveaway. I like the sound of that.
I think I like it.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, if you listened all the way through at this point, right? If you listened to all the podcasting you got here, and you take a picture or you post a video on your story, on your page, we're gonna put you in and tag us and tag the dose of it. We will put you in a giveaway that we'll draw next episode, and whoever wins will get a, what do you think, $20? A $20 gift card to whatever you want. And if you post us on your TikTok and your Instagram, we'll count that as double. So share us out, you know, share
double the entries, girl.
Double the entries, because $20 make me holla, girl.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we are literally like so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for tuning into our 3rd episode. I think we're, you know, this is a really good one. And, you know, like Chris said, to end it is put yourselves first from this week on, and share it with people who need to put themselves first from now on. Shout it in the freaking Target parking lot that, like, I'm putting myself first. Like, literally just start manifesting it, start saying it. And yeah, we're very thankful that you guys tune in to yet another episode of The Dose of It. And please keep in mind that you can stream, if this is your first ever episode of listening to us, you can stream all of our past episodes here on Spotify or on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. Hey guys.
I just want to finish our podcast as well with reminding you that you just need to be gentle and kind to yourself, because, girl, let me tell you, you are doing better than you think you are.
You're out there killing it. Continue killing it, guys. Yay. We love you so much.
We love you guys.
We will catch you next time, guys. Have a good week.